Okay, let's get into Assimilate Hugging Face here. I'm going to get right into this and share my screen here. So I have a project that I've been working on that I'm working on some publishing tools here. So I'm going to go ahead and launch this particular repo and play around with this a little bit. So this 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 repo has been something I've been kind of playing around with, trying to do some different things here around content publishing tools. And I thought this would be a good one to experiment with and to see if I can play around with some different things here. And in particular, one of the things that would be kind of fun to mess around with is if I can do some one what let's see one shot encoding and so one of the things that I could do, and actually maybe this would be a good place to start here, is to grab like a sample transcript file for something I'm working on and play around with it. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to go to here and I'm going to go to a slightly different project here, contents, repos, content. There we go, content tools. And so I've got some files inside of here that look pretty good that I could play around with. Um, that might be good to play around with. So let's do this one actually. Let's see, do I have code spaces? Yeah, okay, that's good. That's running. So yeah, let's try this one. Let's go to content tools. Let's make one with GPU. And one of the things with Hugging Face that's pretty fun is one-shot encoding. And what I can do is check in a test file inside of here that I can use Hugging Face on. So what can I do? I could grab the existing. I think there's actually already a MP4 file in here that I can use. So I'll take a look at this, and I'll pull up Hugging Face as well. There we go. Got Hugging Face. Got this content tools directory. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. So there's in terms of Hugging Face, we've got the zero. There we go. Zero shot classification. And what is kind of interesting about it is that we can play, like if we go here and we say this is a zero shot classification, we can actually have comma separated versions of this that give us possible class names, and then we can implement these tags here. Now, what I'm kind of curious about would if I could combine this with a keyword extraction system. And so I have a little bit of code right here that has a video file that I already uploaded that's been transcribed, and I think it's right here. There we go. This is the Gettysburg Address, and I can also do a get pull, just make sure I've got the latest code. And if I go to the requirements, we see Hugging Faces here, which is great. But the key issue here is that if I go to a script and I take a look at, let's see here, transcribe. So we can take a look at transcribe here first. This transcribes multiple files using OpenAI Whisper, which is pretty nice. So I can upload stuff. It'll put some stuff into a directory. And then I guess the other thing that I want to play around with is how to actually create um, hashtags from something. So I believe that I have that. somewhere here. Where's that thing? Well, let's just start with one shot encoding first. So I'm going to need to make a new script called zero shot. We'll just call this, and we'll go here, and we'll just say user and env Python, and we'll say zero shot classification of files of transcribed files, transcribed audio. That looks pretty good. And so we'll want to import Hugging Face. And so to use this particular one, we would want to say from transformers import pipeline. There we go. Woo, wrong one. So from transformers import pipeline. Let's actually take a look at the different ones that we could use. So this is the most popular zero shot, but so this is most liked. What is this one? Let's take a look at this one here. This model is pre-trained on CC100 multilingual dataset. It's the best performing multi-language-based model introduced in this paper. Simple zero-shot classification. Yeah, let's try this one. Actually, I prefer to use a non-Facebook one. Okay, sequence to classify. So let's try this out. Let's just say Python zero shot, and let's see what happens. So it's definitely taking a while, and let's run NVIDIA SMI L1. NVIDIA is not up here. It should. So it says a tokenizer library slow. You need to have sentence piece installed to convert a slow tokenizer to a fast one. Now we should double check that GPUs are enabled here. That could be one of the issues. So Python utils verify PyTorch. CUDA is not available. So that's weird. So why is CUDA not available? Oh, I guess maybe installation is still working here. That could be one of the issues. And if I say Python verify TF, oh no, there we go. So it's finished. So let's actually close this shell, and let's try again. Let's do NVIDIA, open up a new shell. Get rid of this one, and let's type in Python utils verify PyTorch. Yeah, very interesting that it says CUDA is not available, even though it should be available, because this is a GPU instance. And if I type in htop, you see it's a 6-core machine. So yeah, not 100% sure why there's issues with this particular project. And in fact, the NVIDIA, so maybe this repo is just bogus. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to abandon ship, and I'm going to use something that I know there there was no issues with. And so if I get out of here real quick, we can go back to this template, which I know works. And in fact, let's just double check. Does code spaces? Yeah, so there's a CPU and a GPU template. This thing looks like it should be good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this as my environment, and on current branch, there's a bunch of spaces in here. I can just get rid of some of these. And we can get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. So one of the trickiest things with working with GPUs is you got to get your environment all set up. Okay, so now I'm going to do this, new with options, try again, and this should launch quick. Hopefully this launches very quick. Because of the pre-build. Okay, it's connecting. And if we say Python utils, Python utils, verify PyTorch, it's doing something. So this should, CUDA is still not available. So I don't know if the GPUs are having an issue right now. So maybe they're just not available for whatever reason. So that could just be something that you have to deal with. So okay, the GPUs aren't available. Not a big deal. I'll just keep working without it. The main thing I wanted to play around with was to test out zero shot classification pipeline anyway. And so I can just add one more example in here. So what I'll do is let's just try it one more time. So let's go. If we see there's a Hugging Face directory anyway here, why don't I just make an example in Hugging Face called zero shot classification. Let's do underscore so I can import it in the future. Zero shot classification. That. And we should be able to copy something like that. Let's go back to this. So here you go, from transformers import pipeline. And let's also make this shebang line up here. It can be Python. And we can just say create zero shot classification pool. So first up, I'm just going to run the hello world, just make sure anything works. And so we'll just say Python. Let's do chmod plus x. This. And then I can run it. Hugging Face, zero shot. Does this even work? So it looks like it's downloading the model, I'm assuming. Yeah, so it says, let's Google this error. So it says, you need to have sentence piece installed to convert a slow tokenizer to a fast one. So let's Google that. What does that mean? Following pre-trained examples. This is exactly the problem I'm having. According to Transformers 4, this was removed. Transformers sentence piece. Okay. So let's go back to the requirements file. Let's go back to Hugging Face. There we go. There's Transformers. Now, because I'm working on some new code here, it might be a good idea to periodically update these packages. And so what I'm going to do is since I'm installing anyway, I'm going to remove the pins. I'm going to update this template so that it's got the latest versions of code. So let's go ahead and do that. Say, do this. You can install. This is going to install the latest packages, and then I'll put them back in step by step. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do pip freeze rep transformers. All right, I don't know if that was the same version or not, but you're going to put that one there. We're going to rep this one. Ooh. Maybe we can look for a sentence piece. There we go. Sentence piece. I guess I would do that. And then let's grep for data sets. That there. And then tokenizers as well. Perfect. Great. And now if I run the zero shot classification and even refactor as well, make refactor, our code here. Although I don't know if the refactor is looking in this directory, but let's go here. Let's just say Python or the up arrow. There you go. Okay, so cache. Oh, there we go. So we updated. So I guess there is a new version. So it's not a bad idea to, there we go. That was it. That's all I needed. So the idea here with the one shot zero shot classification is that I can just pick some random topics. Now, what I wanted to play around with though was to install a tool called Yake here. And so I think I have this in a repo somewhere. Let's go here. Let's type in Yake code. Here we go. Here's what I was playing around with earlier. Yeah, let's grab this. So I'm going to grab this code. And I'm going to just put it inside of maybe the utils directory here. Let's do that. Would be utils, or yeah, utils would be good. Keyword extracts. What this thing can do is it could use this library called Yake to do keyword extraction. And I'm also going to grab the installation, which would live here. There we go. Yake 048. Let's go to requirements. There we go. And then if I make this executable, so we can see what this thing does. So keyword extract. So if I go to utils, keyword extract dash help. Oh, we got to install Yake first. All right, so next, help. What we want to do, we want to extract the keywords from a file. And if we look at a file here, which is, we see one right here, Fourscore file, and we'll just say Fourscore text. It grabs the text file. Right, this is just the Gettysburg Address. But then look, it pulls out kind of a similar concept where it tries to rank things, and the lower the score, the better the tag. But what I did was I created a utility that also allows me to create hashtags out of this. So let's say I was going to post this on social media or something. Look, there we go. These are the Gettysburg Address hashtags. So if Abraham Lincoln was available today, he would be using these hashtags when he did his speech. So what's cool about this is I could actually combine the two concepts, right? Because in the other example here, it prints this out, but what I most likely want to do is actually by default print this out without the without the weight on here, I believe. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. So we got this. We got keywords. So why don't we change this a little bit so that it only creates the top, like maybe the top 5. And so what we could do is we could say create a function that returns only the top 5 hashtags, top in hashtags. In keywords. There we go. And the default would be 5. Right? And so if we go to the extract here, we can put a little option here that says prints top 5, top in keywords. And so let's just tweak it a little bit. Let's leave that as defaults. And there we go. Extract keywords. There we go. And we can say for. And we can print that out. So if we do extract now, we have the words. Now, a good question though is we don't want the score. We want to use this for something else. Equal years ago our fathers brought. So these are the top. Created equal years ago our fathers. Now let's look at the zero shot classification. Can it do spaces or phrases? So we don't know. Let's try it out. So let's just change this a little bit. And if I so basically we want to use these words as candidate labels to generate. And what would be interesting is can we change this up a little bit? So how would I test this out? So what I could do is we could, I guess, temporarily put this into the root of the drive here. So we could just say touch, or just run this and just put it and call this keywords. There you go. So if we look at keywords now, there we go. Now that does trouble me that they're not like, I don't know whether I need to do underscore or not, but let's solve that problem later. Now what I need to do is I need to turn this into a command line tool. So I need to say import click. And I'm also going to say create a function that read the file. Open. There we go. Read file. And create a function that classifies the text. Using zero shot classification. Classify text. And we can say create a function that grabs keywords from a file. Keywords from a file. Right, so text, file, classification, text, extract keywords. Text would be read the file name. No, we don't grab candidate. We're going to say grab candidate labels. Use the same language. Candidate labels. Yeah, that grabs candidate labels. File. Go. Open. In this case, this would be read got split lines. Okay. That return the top. And then we're going to say create a function that reads file and returns a list and classify and performs search classification. There we go. So in this case, this would be, instead of just file name, this would be keyword file, keyword file, keyword file, text, keyword file, pipeline, and we're going to call this, and then we're going to say labels model, and we're going to use this model like that. There we go. So we can comment this one out, and then output candidate labels, multi-label, false. For now, we'll do that. And then, yeah, looks like it could work. So we'll just comment this out for now. And now we just create a click function. So create click group. So here we go. Create a click command at from zero shot classification. So there's a classify, there's the file name, keyword file, but the default is, yeah, there we go. In the, since I have it here, let's just be lazy and put this in there so I don't have to do as much work like that. That looks good. All right, let's try it out. Okay. So run help. There we go. So one of the things I'm going to do, since I am actively working on this, is I'm going to add this into the refactor and the lint. And so notice I'm only linting here, but I also want to lint in face. I want to lint zero shot classification. Yeah, so hugging face. Hugging face zero shot classification. Let's try to see if this lint works. No module named hugging face. Hugging face, zero shots. Well, we can fix that by doing this. Let's try that. Module named. Oh, no, I don't need to do that. Let's delete that. And let's do hugging face with working here. There we go. Great. So we found some bugs, which is awesome. And we also can do formats both. So I can say make refactor. Out a little bit. Okay, so we got two bugs to fix. I'm going to go here, go to line 19, and create a function that reads a file that performs zero class classification. Yeah, that's right, because the labels would be this keyword file. No, actually, it wouldn't be that. Labels would be, there we go, labels. That's right. Let's try it now, and then model line 19. So model needs to go here. Zero shot classification model. Now let's do make refactor. So we found some bugs and we fixed them, which is awesome. And helping you looks good. And now let's classify. Let's see, does this work? Ooh, don't know what that means. So model config, list object has no attribute, config. That's line 20. So we screwed that one up somehow. Let's go back to this and let's just put this in there. And let's just double check that we got this thing right. So model. That looks correct. If we look at this, sequence to classify, candidate labels, that's a sequence to classify. So that's what we need to figure out is the text. Oh yeah, who's calling that? Classifier text. See, the text is not being read. Oh no, it is. So we read the file, but is it in the right format? Which is the question. I guess we could we could just recreate this. So we could just do this. We could say IPython first change into the Hugging Face directory. And then we just do this step by step. We just say file name equals this. And then we say keyword file. So we say keyword file equal to keywords.txt. And then what we do is we just start importing things. So we say from zero shots, import everything. And then we just run it one by one. So we say, read the text. Let's see if it's even in the right format. Well, so I think the issue is this needs to be in a list format. What happens if I do that? So let's try that. So read text. Let's try that first. And then next, let's do keyword file. Let's change keyword file to be up one level too. File. Looks good. So let's run that. And then let's do this. Blow up. Text. Oh. What's weird is, oh, I see. There's a bug because we just need the text and the labels. If I go back here, right? So we just need the text, the sequence to classify, and the labels. And the sequence is just plain text. So this should just be, let's go to read labels. Should it be this? No. I want the sequence. Sequence to classify. I guess, would you make it a string potentially? Well, I guess two things here, which is that classified text is we don't need that. We don't need that. So that's one bug. And then we fix that bug. We'll say needs to be sequence. Now what I don't know, but this needs to be sequence. I don't know it's X though. Actually, wait a second. The text. Oh, the text looks read file. That looks good. So we don't need this maybe. Maybe that was it. Just we had a little bug there. And factor. Always write a unit test to clean this up. Woo. So line 21, we got a bug. Undefined. Variable. Oh yeah, because labels gets passed in. We do pass in labels, but it's going to be labels there. There we go. Now if we run it again, not bad. So this is cool. So we're using two tools at the same time. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and I'm going to say basically prints out each label in school in separate colors in a tabular format with colors. Okay, let's try that. not bad. So this we've been able to basically combine two tools together to whittle things down into like a candidate. Like, what do we think we should even care about? And then we say, what is actually going to be the zero shot classification, and we could potentially pick, a couple of these. So kind of an interesting tool, actually, to be totally honest. I'm liking this, and so I'll add this documentation here, so we can say in the README, um, like, you know, two fun tools to explore would be, one is, this would be in phase zero shot, say zero shot classification. That's, and the other one is Yake for candidate label creation. There you go. And then that one would be under utils, which is keyword extracts. Utils keyword extract. Utils keyword extracts. All right, so let's go ahead and check it all in, get status, add everything, get commit, adding keyword extractor to zero shot classification. Cool. There we go. Not bad. All right, I'll be back in a couple weeks with some Hugging Face goods.